Welcome to the Historical Photos channel. Subscribe now and dive into history with rare photos and stories you won't want to miss. The Young Pioneers were a Soviet youth group focused on education and military preparation. In 1937, in Leningrad, members participated in an attack drill, practicing the use of gas masks in case of bombings, reflecting the tensions of the time. In 1958, during China's Four Pests campaign, people were mobilized to eliminate rats, flies, mosquitoes, and sparrows seen as threats to health and agriculture. The effort included beating drums and making noise to scare birds and prevent them from landing. In 1951, Palisades Park held a Beautiful Legs contest, where contestants' legs were the focus. To ensure unbiased judging, pillowcases were placed over their upper bodies so the judges could focus entirely on the legs. A quirky event that showcased the era's playful take on beauty contests. John Jeremiah Liver-Eating Johnson became famous for his revenge against the Crow Indians after the death of his wife and child. He killed and ate the livers of over 100 Crow natives in a brutal act of retaliation that became part of his Old West legend. Laika, a dog, became the first Earth-born creature to orbit the planet aboard Sputnik 2 in 1957. Laika's mission, launched from Kazakhstan, marked a significant milestone in space exploration, though it also highlighted the sacrifices made in the name of science during the early space race. On June 15, 1904, the steamship General Slocum caught fire and sank in the East River, NYC, resulting in the tragic loss of over 1,000 lives. It remains one of the deadliest disasters in New York City's history, forever marking the city with its sorrowful memory. A downed German plane in Stalingrad, 1943. The scene depicts the destruction and impact of World War II, showing the wreckage of the plane while the surrounding battlefield reflects the horrors of the conflict. The Battle of Stalingrad was a pivotal moment in the struggle between the Axis and Allies. In 1946, the dinner table was set for the Nazi defendants during the Nuremberg trials. These trials marked an important moment in history when leaders of the regime were held accountable for the crimes committed during World War II, seeking justice and rebuilding. In 1943, a B-17 collided with a German fighter. Despite severe damage, with the rear fuselage barely hanging on, the crew managed to land the plane safely. This incredible feat of bravery and skill demonstrated the resilience of the crew and the rugged design of the B-17 bomber. In the late 19th century, advanced syphilis caused severe deformities and neurological issues. With no effective treatment, doctors documented cases for study. Decades later, the discovery of penicillin would revolutionize medicine, providing a cure for the disease. On an ancient Roman tombstone, an owner mourns his dog. Cheerful little dog, whose loss to fleeting fate pained me beyond measure. A testament to the timeless bond between humans and animals, this inscription endures, proving that love for pets transcends centuries. A tank attempts to cross the Puhan River in Korea, 1951, but gets stuck in treacherous waters. Moving heavy vehicles through unstable terrain was a major challenge in the Korean War. Fortunately, this one was later towed to safety. Abraham Lincoln is inaugurated as the 16th U.S. President in 1861, amidst a divided nation. His speech aimed to prevent war, but conflict erupted weeks later. His leadership during the Civil War would change history. The Wells Fargo Express office in Cisco, California, 1870. During the westward expansion, the company transported money, goods, and mail, becoming vital for regional development. These offices were frequent targets for robbers seeking gold and other valuables. Mata Hari, the famous Dutch exotic dancer, was accused of spying for Germany during World War I. Tried by the French, she was convicted and executed by a firing squad in 1917. Her story remains shrouded in mystery, blending reality and myth. The 1915 Ford Model T was equipped with an optional high water kit, allowing the vehicle to cross flooded areas, a valuable feature for regions with tough terrain. This model was sold by Trilocucci Ford in Green Swamp, Florida. In 1911, workers constructing the Crooked River Bridge in Oregon used a 350-foot rope ladder to commute to work. The challenging and risky structure reflected the courage and skill of the workers of the time, facing great dangers to complete the project. In 1917, Macy's famous meatless menu caused confusion by including chicken and turkey. During World War I, the idea of avoiding meat was seen as a way to support the war effort. But the inclusion of these birds on the menu sparked controversy among customers. In 1929, the Junkers G-38 made its first flight. Built as a giant transport aircraft, its wing was assembled in Dessau, Germany. This innovative project marked a milestone in aviation, with impressive dimensions for its time, anticipating modern large cargo planes. Jacob Nacken, standing at 7'3", was the tallest German soldier in World War II. After the war, he became the tallest Santa Claus, delighting crowds in Germany with his towering presence in parades and Christmas events. In 1910, workers faced huge challenges, sinking a section of the tunnel connecting Detroit to Windsor, Canada. This ambitious engineering project was crucial in improving transport between the two countries and became a landmark in the history of underground infrastructure. This photo is definitely one for the books, too. With a quirky look and a captured moment that makes us stop and reflect, it highlights the impact of images that transcend time. A true visual surprise that challenges us to see the world from a fresh perspective. Disarming a floating mine in the Gulf of Finland, Haapasaari, in 1944. The dangerous task of Finnish soldiers required precision and bravery. The image captures the tense moment where lives were at risk, showcasing the courage of those who faced danger to protect safety. Harsh winter in Minnesota in the 1880s. Snowstorms and sub-zero temperatures were common, and daily life adapted to the extreme climate. People faced daily challenges to move, work, and survive in this relentless environment. The image reflects the resilience and courage of the time. The ghostly bowsprit of the ship Penang stands out as a horse-drawn wagon passes underneath in Millwall during the 1930s. The image captures the interaction between old maritime transport and the growing presence of land vehicles, showing a contrast between past and present. Mull's Grape Tonic, a popular remedy from 1906, was advertised as a cure for various health conditions. With bold claims of curing ailments miraculously, the advertising of the time sparked curiosity and skepticism about its true healing properties. In 1952, during the Korean War, a soldier added a photo of actress Mitzi Gaynor to his pin-up wall. Like many others, he sought comfort and distraction, finding emotional escape in images of celebrities amid the conflict. In 1875, the spot where the New York Public Library now stands was home to the Croton Reservoir, located at 5th Avenue and 42nd Street. This crucial water supply area for Manhattan was one of the city's key features in the 19th century, before becoming a cultural landmark. The Mari Lwyd is a Welsh Christmas tradition, celebrated in 1910 in Langenwood. It involves a wooden horse figure decorated with a head, carried by a person visiting homes, singing and challenging the residents to rhyme battles. This custom is part of Welsh folklore, bringing joy and culture to the region. In 1955, the famous caddy known as Dracula became legendary for his accurate advice on dogleg holes. He was an eccentric caddy who knew exactly how to play every curve on the course, and his tips were so precise that they became legendary among golfers of the time. This 19th century hand-sewn sail was made using hemp for its strength and saltwater resistance. Hemp was the ideal material for crafting durable sails, essential for navigation at the time, showcasing the skill and knowledge of craftsmen from that era. This 1880 image shows the challenge faced during an expedition in Egypt, highlighting the courage and determination of those who ventured into tough terrain. The arid landscape and the grandeur of the pyramids were just some of the difficulties these explorers faced. In 1964, this photo from Chicago captures a coffee break moment that became famous for its uniqueness. Nothing like a hot coffee to tackle urban life, but as we see, even the simplest moments can become iconic. In 1923, Harry Houdini demonstrated the spirit hands trick to expose fraudulent seances. He used this to show how many mediums pretended to communicate with the dead, challenging popular beliefs and revealing the behind the scenes of false supernatural manifestations. In 1905, Oglala warrior Red Hawk takes a break to refresh his horse in the Badlands of North Dakota. The moment captures the bond between rider and mount, reflecting the resilience and strength of native cultures in a rugged, unforgiving landscape. In 1942, 3 Russian orphans were left behind after German soldiers took their parents as prisoners. The photo captures the sorrow and desolation of the children during World War II, reflecting the brutality of the conflict that tore families apart and left many in devastation. During the Great Depression in 1932, New Yorkers stood in endless lines for food. The image illustrates the daily struggle of many families who, affected by the economic crisis, relied on charity institutions to survive during these times of extreme hardship. In 1959, cigarette psychology became a popular topic. Experts claimed that the way you held a cigarette could reveal aspects of your personality. From the delicate finger pinch to a more relaxed grip, it was believed that each style spoke volumes about one's character. In 1861, construction of the U.S. Treasury building in Washington, D.C. began. This iconic structure, designed by architect Robert Mills, became a symbol of American financial power. Its neoclassical design and massive scale reflected the growing importance of the U.S. government. In 1892, destitute women were often found sleeping on the cold floors of police stations in New York. This stark image highlights the struggles faced by many during the era, where poverty and limited resources left many women in desperate circumstances. In 1923, archaeologists dined inside the tomb of Rameses III, an extraordinary experience that allowed them to study ancient artifacts and the rich history of Egypt firsthand. This rare moment brought the past to life, offering a unique glimpse into ancient Egyptian civilization. On July 5, 1954, Elvis Presley recorded his first album at the Memphis Recording Service. The receipt from that historic session marks the beginning of his legendary career. It was here that Elvis's journey to becoming the king of rock and roll truly began. In 1898, Edgar Allan Poe's cottage in the Bronx, New York, still stood as a testament to the poet's final years. It was here, in this small home, that Poe wrote some of his most iconic works, leaving behind a legacy that would forever shape American literature. In 1902, a Chicago charity event took an unusual turn when volunteers dressed as creepy, oversized figures handed out gifts to children. While the gesture was kind-hearted, the towering, eerie figures left a lasting impression, making it both charitable and a little unsettling. In the 1870s, some Old West towns had unique establishments where you could find more than just a drink. These all-in-one locations doubled as saloons, bakeries, and even law offices, offering everything from bread to legal advice in one convenient spot, embodying the spirit of frontier life. The Waldorf Astoria Hotel, one of New York's most iconic landmarks, had a distinctive closed carriage entrance in 1894. This private, elegant entry allowed guests to arrive in style, avoiding the hustle of the bustling city streets while maintaining their privacy and comfort. This boy is wearing a special sun protection suit due to a rare condition that makes his skin extremely sensitive to light. The suit helps shield him from harmful UV rays, ensuring his safety while allowing him to enjoy the outdoors without risking his health.